Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. Yesterday I took part in the InspireInk Blog Hop and our theme was to make a box, which is exactly what I did. I made this little box here with the Hippo Happiness stamp set and Hippo and Friends dies. These two products are available separately, but if you buy them as a bundle then you save 10%. So inside my box I have a little Happy Hippo biscuit to go with my Hippo Hooray box. So if you missed the blog post yesterday, please do go have a look at it. There'll be a link to today's post with the dimensions and the products that I've used in the description bar below, and there'll also be a link to the blog hop so that you can go around and get lots more box making ideas and inspiration. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And I have used thick basic white card. This piece is for the base and it is 5 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to trim this bit down. Bring my trimmer in at the top. And I've already trimmed that to 3 9/16. So my piece for my box measured 3 1/2. I have just moved that on one little spot, 1/16 of an inch, and it just gives us a little bit more room so that the lid fits over the base quite neatly. Okay, so that is 3 1/2, which would be 3 8/16, and I've taken it to 3 9/16 that way. The piece for the base is 5 1/4, so 5 inches, and that's 1/4 inch, and I just want to take it to 1/16 over that, so that is 5 5/16. So if you go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting all of the little bars, that's 5 5/16. There we are. Okay, keep that bit for later. And for both pieces, now I am going to just put a little T on that for the top, and that'll get covered, so that's fine. But for both pieces, taking my cutting blade out the way, I'm scoring at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay. So just burnish those and making the box base and the lid is exactly the same. Just cut down your score lines to the horizontal score line there. Okay, and take a little wedge out of the 2 outside squares. Oops. Like that. And you also want to take a little bit off, so about 1/4 inch or so, take that off, because if you didn't, those 2 bits would overlap there and it gets a bit bulky. So take a little bit off and wedge that. Okay, those are those bits. Just wedge those and because that is 1.5 and these are both 1, if you just put them together they would overlap like that, which don't really want, so just take a little bit off both of those. Doesn't have to be precise, just so that when you put it together there's no longer an overlap in there. Okay, so to put that together I'm simply adding glue onto each of these tabs in turn and then folding it so that we get a nice neat edge, 90-degree angle. Nice and neat, and do the same on there. So just pressing that down to get that nice clean straight edge. Okay, so that's the base done, and so I know it's the base. I'm just going to pop in one of those little biscuits, and I'm going to do this exactly the same for the top. So I'll just whiz through that. Okay, so moment of truth. Our top slides nice and neatly over the base of the box there. So now we just need to do some decoration. I'm not going to do any decoration to the base of the box, just to the top. And as I said earlier, I am using the Hippo and Friends dies. Let me just quickly show you those. So I've used the top one to do this first layer, which does overhang the lid of the box like that. And then I used the second one with Bermuda Bay card, and then I've cut the smaller one again in white card. So I will also need this little guy. And what I meant to tell you earlier was, if you wanted to put little notches in the lid of the box there, before you fold it, you could use this little balloon die there just to cut little notches out there as well. You don't have to. It does make it a little bit easier to open the box, but not essential. It kind of helps that you've got something more to grab onto, and you can just simply open it like that. Okay, so that it's an alternative to using a small circle punch. You've got that die there that you can use for that. Okay, so decoration. I'm going to add some strips of designer series paper now. This is from the Playing with Patterns designer series paper pack, which is 6x6. When I did this one, I did do it at 3 and, so it would have been 3 1/4, and I added on a 1/16. Is that right? No, would have been 3. Where's my, yeah. Would have been 3, but I added on a 1/16. But then that means that I don't get 2 out of a strip. So this time I'm being mean, and I've just cut it to 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So the gap that way is slightly bigger than the gap that way, but it's like 1/32 of an inch or something like that. So I decided not to bother with that for this time. I'm quite sure if you were giving someone this box with that treat in it, they'd be more interested in the treat than thinking, wait a minute, that's marginally short on that side. Certainly most of the kids that I know would be in that position. They'd quite happily have the Kinder Hippo even without a box, to be perfectly honest, but the box is cute. So just adding these bits, and this bit is 1 1/4 inch by 3/4 of an inch, and as I said earlier, all of the dimensions will be in today's blog post, and you can get a link to that blog post in the description bar below. So just popping those on there like that. Okay, so that's that bit done. I'm going to do a bit of stamping straight onto this label, but I've also got another scrap for stamping the hippo, and I'm using Misty Moonlight to put the sentiment right along the bottom there. Okay. If you were doing a birthday, there's a birthday one in the stamp set as well, that says Hippo Birthday, which is cute. And I also want to add in a couple of the balloons, so I'm using Coastal Cabana for that. Yeah, they're so sweet. Perfect. And then we need our little hippo guy. So for him, I am using 3 stamps in total, and we've got the die there. So I find using the middle layer first that little bit easier. Each to our own way. I'm going to just bring this in because it's a photopolymer. I just want it to have a little bit extra. Support to my stamp there. Oh, I must have had a little bit of a bubble. Let me clean that. That's better, that's a cleaner image than that last one. And then bring in the Coastal Cabana, which is essentially the background stamp. Now, this is a wee bit more tricky for me than it would be for you, because I don't want to knock my camera out the way. I put my head right over it. That'll do. That'll do. And again, using Misty Moonlight just to add in the features. So I'll bring it a little bit closer to myself so I can see a little bit better. Hope for the best around there. There we go. That'll do. So that's our stamping, and I just need to die cut him. I put all of my ink pads out the way. Just clear myself some space to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Put my die around the stamped image. Happy with it there. I'm just going to put on a little bit of washi tape to hold it. I think that might have moved actually. Let's just go for it. Yeah, it did move a little bit, but it's fine. It's all in there. So it's just a case of layering these bits up. Our stamped bit on top of the Bermuda Bay. Bermuda Bay on top of the white layer. And I'm going to add the glue to the box lid, trying to get right into the corners, and then placing that over the top. Now lengthwise it's pretty neat, but widthwise it's not so neat, so I want to try and get it kind of centered. Try that again. That's close enough. Close enough. And finally just adding in my cute little hippo. So he sits in between those two balloons, and just adding a little bit of Wink of Stella to the balloons for a bit of sparkle. There we are. And there we have it. Lid all ready just to pop on top there. And we have two Hippo Hooray Happy Hippo biscuit treat boxes. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, then please click on the subscribe button, and please do visit my blog post so that you can hop around the rest of the people that took part in yesterday's Make a Box blog hop and get lots more paper crafting inspiration. Thank you for watching. Bye.